Ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, this episode of Krueger with a Dot is brought to you by one of the best British foods of all time, fish and chips. It's actually good. You should try it. So, anyways, ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, boys and girls, people that are fans of Jude from the hit popular Canadian show 16. Today, we're not going to rebook one pay-per-view. We're not going to rebook two pay-per-views. We're going to rebook three pay-per-views. We're going to review Vengeance Night of Champions, aka the very first WWE Night of Champions pay-per-view. We're going to rebook a Great American Bash 2007, and we're going to rebook another bad SummerSlam, and that is SummerSlam 2007. So, man, this is going to be a wild, big episode, but I am excited, guys. I think this is going to be one of the hardest episodes in my opinion, because I am pumped up, I am excited, and also rebooking three matches is going to take my imagination to the next level. Okay, maybe not the next level, but you guys understand what I mean. So, this time, you guys are going to have a treat, and this is a present for all my fans and all my viewers out there. So, let's do this, baby. This is This is me rebooking. Let's start off with Vengeance Night of Champions, or I like to call it WWE Night of Champions in 2007. Let's begin with match number 1. The Hardy Boys, Matt and Jeff Hardy, versus Lance Cade and Trevor Murdoch, or I like to call them the Redneck Cowboy Society. Oh, man. This was actually a good match, so let's keep this match, and I also like the fact that, you know, Trevor and Murdoch were, Lance and Trevor were a good tag team, and this match was really damn good, so give props to them. This was a good opener. It's too bad the rest of the matches were not the best when it comes to it. Match number 2, Jimmy Wang Yang during his redneck Asian gimmick versus Chavo Guerrero Jr., who was for the WWF Cruiserweight Championship in a ladder match. The original match was Chavo Guerrero versus Jimmy Wang Yang, and it was okay. It could have been much better. I mean, you got Jimmy Yang, who's one of the most underrated cruiserweights of all time, versus Chavo Guerrero, who's one of the best cruiserweight champions of all time. So I wanted to make this match a little different. So, let's make it a ladder match. Have these two just have this awesome ladder match, and just have these two fight and just whoop each other, and the winner is Jimmy Wang Yang, who wins the Cruiserweight title from Chavo Guerrero Jr. Match number 3, Santino Marella versus Uman. Okay, fine. Match number 3 is Elijah Burke versus Johnny Nitro, aka John Morrison, aka Johnny Mundo. Yeah, there's a dead elephant in the room. The original match was CM Punk versus Johnny Nitro for the ECW Championship, but it was originally supposed to be Johnny Nitro versus Chris Benoit, but since this was the weekend of the Chris Benoit incident, so I had to replace, CM Punk winning the match to get the EC Idol Championship never happened, and I replaced it with Elijah Burke. I want this to be a good heel versus heel match. I want it to be this, awesome, fun heel versus heel match. And we can build up CM Punk versus Johnny Nitro. Elijah Banks Banks sadly doesn't win, but Elijah Banks does win, but he does win, but this builds up to CM Punk versus Elijah Banks in the next pay-per-view. Match number 4. Santino Marella versus Umaga. The original match was Santino versus Umaga, and it sucked. It was a quick match, and even though I like Santino Marella, he's a great IC champion, but this was not one of his best IC matches. Not this one. So for this match, let's make it 8 minutes. Let's make it somewhat entertaining, somewhat fun, somewhat good. And Santino retains by quick pinning Umaga and retains the IC championship. Yep, and that's it. Match number 4. No, match number 5. Ric Flair versus Montel Vertizvis Porter. Or MVP. Sorry, I couldn't pronounce that. Ric Flair versus MVP for the WWE United States Championship. This was an okay match, but it could have been a little bit better, in my opinion. It could have been done better, and it could have been done better, and it's just that it wasn't that great. But in this version, like this is like the better version. Even though Ric Flair was in his old age, he can still wrestle, and this match proves it. We need this match to prove that Ric Flair can still got it. And even though he doesn't beat MVP, MVP still retains. Now the original now there was a match with Deuce and Domino versus Sergeant Slaughter and Jimmy Snuka, and it wasn't good. I mean, don't get me wrong. All 4 of them are trying, but they couldn't make this match good, so this match never exists. Edge versus match number 6 is Edge versus Batista in a last chance match for the World Heavyweight Championship. This is a great match, so let's keep this match the same. Let's have Edge win by countout, and let's make this match fun. Match number 7. Candice Michelle versus Melina for the WWE Women's Championship. It wasn't a good match, dud, but let's try to make this. But for this match, let's make it another ladder match, and let's just make the match 10 minutes long to make this match more fun and entertaining. So we go on to the final match, the main event, which is Mick Foley versus Randy Orton versus Bobby Lashley versus King Booker, aka Booker T, versus John Cena for the WWE Championship in a 5-pack challenge, or a fatal 5-way. This match is good. So let's keep it the same. Even though I want Bobby Lashley to win, don't worry, guys. I got a plan for this. Yeah, I got a plan. And for the next pay-per-view. This match was fun. Mick Foley was entertaining. All 5 of them worked well together. And I have to admit that it was still a fun match. Give kudos to kudos. This match was fun. Now, let's start with... Now, that was Vengeance Night of Champions, or Night of Champions 2007, or aka the first Night of Champions. It was just a mess show, but I hope my rebooking did this one justice. Now, let's get on to the second pay-per-view that I'm rebooking, which is ding 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 ding. Woo woo woody woo. The Great American Bash 2007. Okay, let's start off with the opener, which is match number one. MVP versus Matt Hardy in a singles match for the WWE United States Championship. Okay, this match is easily the best match of... This is easily the best match of this pay-per-view, so we're gonna keep it this way. Okay, and let's just keep the match. Matt Hardy loses the MVP, and that's it. So let's just keep this match the same. Really good match. Match number 2: Jimmy Wang Yang versus Chavo Guerrero Jr. versus Shannon Moore versus Funaki versus Jamie Noble versus Super Crazy for the WWE Cruiserweight Championship. Now, in a ladder match. Now, the original was Chavo Guerrero versus Jimmy Wang Yang versus Shannon Moore versus Funaki versus Jamie Noble versus Hornswoggle. And Hornswoggle won in a Cruiserweight Open Challenge for the WWE Championship. That match never exists. Oh my god. Why? Why was Hornswoggle the last Cruiserweight champion of WWE? Okay, I'm sorry. So, Jimmy Wang Yang is still the champion, but he has to face Shannon, Funaki, Jamie, Chavo, and Super Crazy. Now, the winner of this ladder match will be in every brand: ECW, Raw, and finally, Raw, SmackDown, and ECW. The winner for this ladder match make it, let's say, 6 minutes. Not 6 minutes, 10 minutes. Let this ladder match be fun and entertaining. And the winner is Super Crazy, meaning that he gets to be in every brand, from Raw to SmackDown to ECW. Match number 3: Carlito versus the Sandman in a hardcore match. The original was Carlito versus the Sandman in a single Porquet match, which sucked, so I'm gonna change it to a hardcore match. With the Sandman, let's put Carlito over, and let's let the Sandman put Carlito over. I want this hardcore match to be like, let's say, 7 minutes. Let it be entertaining and fun, and let's just make it just an entertaining match. Match number 4, Melina versus Candice Michelle for the WWE Women's Title Championship, which wasn't a good match in my opinion. They tried, but it just wasn't good. I will give credit that they tried, but maybe okay, so for my rebooking, let's just make the match good and just let it have fun, and let's let it just make it fun. Match number 5: Jeff Hardy versus Umaga in a singles match for the WWE Intercontinental Championship. Now, I will admit this is another good match, so not my favorite match, but let's keep this match the same. Let's just make each one of them fun and entertaining. Match number 6. CM Punk versus John Morrison, aka Johnny Nitro, for the ECW Championship in a singles match. Or in my version, I changed it to a hardcore into a hardcore match. The original match wasn't fun. Again, this was the second match of the pay-per-view version, and as much as I love CM Punk and John Morrison, I felt like these two, they did care, but the execution wasn't better. So let's make this into a hardcore match, and let's have John Morrison win in CM Punk. Let's make this match entertaining and fun, and let's just make it a fun champion. Match number 7. Dusty Rhodes versus Randy Orton in a Texas bull rope match. This wasn't a great match, so let's make it entertaining. Let's show, and of course Randy Orton does win. But let's just make this match fun and let's make it entertaining. Match number 8. Kane versus Batista versus Rey Mysterio versus the Great Khali in a fatal 4-way match for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. The original match was the Great Khali versus Kane versus Batista in a triple threat match for the World Heavyweight Championship, and it wasn't good. I mean, it wasn't bad, but it could have been done better. So for this match, I'm putting four of them. Like, I want to show 4 of them at their best, even Khali. So for this match, Batista beats Khali for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. Shakes Rey Mysterio's hands, and he just wins the match. For this match, I want it to be, let's say, 14 minutes. And finally, we get to our main event. And Bobby Lashley versus John Cena for the WWE Championship. Now, for this match, I have to admit, this match was pretty good. The only thing I wanted was Bobby Lashley to win. So in my version, let's have Bobby Lashley win the championship. Yep. I think Bobby Lashley could have been a good WWE champion. He was in the right spot, in the right moment. And I think this would be a really good way to showcase Bobby Lashley as a champion. Yeah, he didn't win it in SummerSlam or Survivor Series or even the Royal Rumble, but hey. You know what? I'm glad for him. And I'm sorry if this is going long. It's just that I'm actually a huge fan of Bobby Lashley, and I just want him to win and stuff like that. So yeah, that was a really long pay-per-view that was a really long pay-per-view. No, not a long pay-per-view. That was a really mediocre pay-per-view to rebook. Let's just hope it's not the enemy, guys. Because I swear, if this is going to be the enemy, then I don't know what goes on, man. And so, well, let's do this, guys. Alright. So, we're done with Vengeance. We're done with Night of Champions 2007. We're done with Great American Bash 2007. And now, let's get on to SummerSlam 2007. Yeah, this wasn't a good SummerSlam. Yeah, it wasn't great. But let's try to make this pay-per-view good. Let's start off with with match number uno. Match number one on Paul London and Brian Kendrick versus Lance Cade and Trevor Murdoch for the WWE World Tag Team Championships. Now, this is a pre-show match, and it wasn't bad. So, but I do want it to be more entertaining. So, let's make it longer, 10 minutes, and let's let it just be a fun match. Who agrees with me? I mean, I'm a huge fan of Paul London and Brian Kendricks as a tag team, and I think they could be good champions because it's just champions. So, let's do this. We can do it. Let's do it. Yeah. Match number dos. Or match number 2. Match number 2 is Kane versus Fit Finlay, or Finlay as he called in WWE, in a hardcore match. Now, the original match was Kane versus Finlay in a single match, and it was very disappointing. Just not fun, slow, boring. For this match, I wanted to be a fun, hardcore match because Fit Finlay's one of the toughest wrestlers, and so is Kane. So if they're gonna have a tough guy versus tough guy match, these two need to have the show it with this match. Match number 3. The triple threat match for the IC champions, which consists of Umaga the champion versus Carlito versus Mr. Kennedy. Yeah, this match wasn't great. For this match, let's make it entertaining, fun. Let's make it 10 minutes long. Let's make it fun and entertaining and just a good match. Umaga keeps the belt and stuff, and stuff like that. Match number 4. Now the original match. Okay, so match number 4 is Beth Phoenix versus. Oh God, it's the Beth Phoenix versus Michelle McCool in a WWE's contender match. The original match was a battle royal, and it sucked. And for this match, I just want Beth Phoenix and Michelle McCool to have a good match of who can face the WWE Women's Champion in a contenders match. Match number 5. CM Punk versus John Morrison in a ladder match for the ECW Championship. Again, this match wasn't great. The original match was CM Punk versus John Morrison in a singles match for the ECW Championship. Seriously, it's the ECW Championship. Do something hardcore with it. Sorry, I nitpick. I didn't mean to do that. Sorry about that, guys. It's just WWE's version of ECW was not good. The zombie. Okay. I'm sorry. Off topic. Let's have CM Punk beat John Morrison in the ladder match. Let it be like 14 minutes of fun. Let's have CM Punk win it, and just have him. Just have CM Punk win. In an awesome fashion. Give him a SummerSlam moment. Match number 4. Match number. Let's see here. 6. Match number 6 is Triple H versus King Booker, aka Booker T. It wasn't a good match. I mean, don't get me wrong. Triple H and Booker were trying, but they just couldn't make this match good. So for this match, I want it to be the opposite of that match. I want it to be entertaining. I want it to be fun. I want it to be something cool and amazing. Triple H does beat, and Triple H and for that, King Booker. I want King Booker to win this match because, I'm just sick and tired of Triple H always screwing with Booker, stuff like that. And even though I am a fan of Triple H, it's just that he was screwing over Booker T, and I didn't like that. So King Booker beats Triple H. Match number 7. Evan Batista, the heavyweight champion, versus Rey Mysterio, his best friend, versus Chavo Guerrero Jr. for the World Heavyweight Championship in a fatal 3-way match. In a triple threat match for the World Heavyweight Championship. Oh, the original match was Batista versus Great Khali, and it sucked. It sucks. Oh my god, it does. Okay, so what happened to the Chavo Guerrero Rey Mysterio match? Well, as much as I like Chavo Guerrero and Rey Mysterio's matches, their SummerSlam 2007 match was not their best match. It was just the same things. It wasn't different. So for my storyline, it's that Rey Mysterio wants another chance in the World Heavyweight Championship, and Batista decides to give him to him. But Teddy Long says you got to earn it, and he does. However, Chavo Guerrero also has a winning streak and wants to become the World Heavyweight Champions and challenge Batista and Rey Mysterio in a triple threat match. And, well, Teddy Long agrees, and these two have decided that. So we have 3 people: the champion, the number 1 contender, and the heel that has proven himself. So for this match, I want it to be the opposite of that Khali versus Batista match. I want it to be fun. I want it to be entertaining. I want to showcase Chavo Guerrero. I want to showcase Chavo Guerrero and Rey Mysterio and Batista's abilities as World Heavyweight Champions. As wrestlers. And at the end, Chavo Guerrero beats Batista for the World Heavyweight Championship, making him not one of the few Triple Crown champions, I think he was, but showcasing that Chavo Guerrero deserved this moment, making him the 5th and final member of the SmackDown 6 to win the World Heavyweight Championship. Yep. The others being Rey Mysterio, Chris Benoit, Kurt Angle, and Edge. And finally, we get to our main event. And Bobby Lashley versus the Legend Killer Randy Orton. Now, the original match was John Cena versus Randy Orton, and it was actually good for the championship. Again, I wish Randy Orton would have won that match, but that's okay. But here's what I was thinking. Bobby Lashley versus Randy Orton. Bobby is the champion, and Bobby's the champion. Randy's the opponent. Let's show these two at their best. Let's have a collaborative of giants with this match. And at the end, even though Randy Orton does showcase his match, Randy Orton does showcase his Legend Killer, but Bobby does his absolute best to defend his belt. And Bobby retains his title, ending a good SummerSlam match. Woo! Man, that was tough. I'm glad I rebooked all 3 of these pay-per-views. And I want to thank all of you guys for sitting with me and hearing me out. Man, rebooking 3 pay-per-views at once is not a fun thing to do. but I'm glad I didn't. So, guys, see you later and have